Back Greene, the Park Operations Manager at Presque Isle State Park, here at Beach 5, where it's a traditional feeder beach for the Beach Nourishment Project. Taking a look, we got a lot of the revetment wall showing here, and a lot of cutback from the erosion coming down this way. But this has been typical for the past 4 to 5 years with high water. And this is kind of what we've been seeing each year, and with the record high levels this past year, this is kind of expected. So we'll check in later. All right, here we are at the west side of Beach 6. See, they cut back into the dunes that we pretty much had for the whole summer. This area seemed to have stabilized slightly, although there's not a lot of extra sand in here to ride us through for the winter. Here we are at the waterworks area, Beach 7, where we've had, over the past several years, with high water, some pretty bad erosion has cut back in pretty far back for this time of year. If you look down the shore there, this is going to be interesting over the winter here, to see where we end up long term by next spring. Here we are on the east end of Waterworks Beach. Looks like a lot of that sand from Beach 7 Waterworks ended up down into the west end of Beach 8 here. Beach 8 is grown significantly from what it was in the spring after nourishment here, as that sand has moved down the beach line. Here we are on the west end of 8, getting up towards Stone Jetty area. Breakwater 33 here. Significant amount of sand was put in here this year. You can still see what's left from nourishment. Pretty much to where the vegetation and tree line is here is where the dune was cut to. So, still a bit of sand left in here for the winter season. Hopefully it holds up till we get the spring. Well, here we are at a sunset point. Looks like it has got some of the sand that was placed back towards the Beach 8 Mill Road area this year. Definitely further expanse from the parking area out to the shoreline this year compared to last year. But if you look down the shoreline here, you can definitely see we're cut back a decent amount. A lot of that new sand that was put in from the project this year has moved on down the littoral system even further. Here we are out at the east side of Beach 10, where the gravel was mixed in with the sand. In this location, you can see pretty good mix of gravel this year and sand. Seems pretty good so far with the movement of the gravel. Looks like the gravel has been moving from these locations westward at a pretty good rate. Pretty good interspersal. You can see right in here a lot of the mixing in of the gravel from further down. Stretch from the west side of Beach 10. See it interspersed in with the sand here as well. Looks like we're getting good movement. Should be interesting here. Get a more scientific look at this part of it to see what it is really doing and how much it's really helping on the erosion standpoint here. This goes right down to a little bit past this bump to where we are here, and then on to Gull Point. Here we are out on Gull Point at the location, I guess, furthest east that we've had overtopping before, that we've been monitoring for a couple years now. This is the northern shoreline of Gull Point here, which obviously all these trees have come down over the past several years, which are blocking some of the sand and erosion. But this is then Thompson's Bay. This section here, pretty narrow stretch of the peninsula that it goes into Thompson's Bay on that side and Lake Erie on this side. This is a extremely narrow stretch of Gull Point. You can see has built some elevation here over time, but this year looks like, at least this fall, has got in and pulled some of this out.